What happens when your art makes you powerful, but it also makes you pray? Stick around and find out on this book review on The Enchantment of Ravens. The Enchantment of Ravens is a young adult romantasy book which is clocking in at about 320 pages, so it's basically a good read, a short read-ish. I got through it in about 2 days. It was published in the fall of 2017 and it was a debut for Margaret Rogerson. So in this book, Isabel is a 17-year-old human girl who paints portraits for a living. She is very talented and she mostly paints for the Fae. Now, the Fae cannot perform any types of crafts because, well, they turn into dust and they die. In this book, Fae cannot lie, but they can manipulate. Isabel was commissioned by the Prince of the Autumn Court named Rook. Now, Isabel is then commissioned by Rook, who is the Prince of the Autumn Court. He spends a couple of days with her and, well, she is very good at her craft. Captures sorrow in his eyes, and he wanted to be this powerful being in this portrait. He wanted the portrait to capture his strengths, his power. However, once Isabel captured the sorrow in his eyes, well, she painted it, and he basically drags her across fairy lands to stand trial. He felt embarrassed because this portrait was revealed to his court, and his court found it to be weird, and it caught the sorrow in his eyes, and he didn't like it. That's when things go downhill for Isabel. Now, Isabel lives right on the border of the Feylands, and this little town is called Whimsy, and it's always summer. One thing I found interesting is that the Fae don't show emotions. They hide everything with glamour. They use glamour for literally anything. They use glamour on their food, they use glamour on their clothes, they use glamour for how they look and how they present themselves. But the one thing they envy is that they cannot craft one thing. Now, my emotional take on this book is that Isabel is a strong, witty female. She does not cave under the pressure of, I need to stay with this love and I need immortality in order to live forever with the love of my life. She stands her ground. She is strong in a way that I never seen in any other book. Every other book that I've read, they either change, become fae, become a vampire, and this book doesn't do that. Isabel appreciates her craft, and she's standing 10 toes down on, I want to be human and no one's gonna change my mind. The one quote that struck me was, she said, "My work is the only thing that I had that no one can take away from me." And I think that is powerful. It resonated a lot with me. Now, the romance in this book. This is where it becomes a disconnect for me. I felt that there wasn't substance in the romance. There wasn't an evolution of it. It was more like, I love you too, but I don't understand why they love each other. The amount of days that they spent together doing the portrait, it was mostly silence. And I just quite didn't connect the dots on why she fell in love with him or why he fell in love with her. Now, in this book, it is breaking the law if a human and a fairy fall in love and proclaim that love. It felt like the romance was very insta-love, and I'm not one to like insta-love. I like a progression of a love story. I want to see the substance, the oomph to a love story. I think that if this book had a little bit more progression of this love story, I think it would have done better, in my opinion. Now, Rook is very dramatic and arrogant. He is very bad at pretending that he doesn't care. What makes this dynamic powerful, in my opinion, besides the fact that there wasn't substance, Isabel doesn't let Rook define who she is. She never abandons her sense of self, not even when love is on the table. That kind of feminine power is very revolutionary and something to admire. So what are my final thoughts on this book? I give this book a 3.5 stars out of 5. The reason why is because I need more depth when it comes to romance. When it comes to romantasy, I want something that feels real to me. I felt the disconnect with their relationship. Yeah, they love each other and they proclaim love to each other, but show me why. However, if you do like short standalone books that don't take much of your time, then this can be the perfect book for you. It gives a autumn feeling, fall feeling, which I'm dying for. I'm ready for summer to end. And if you're in a mood to read like a fall book, then this would be perfect. If you love a short fantasy with sharp edges, if you've ever questioned if your worth is tied to what you give, or if you want a book where the heroine never compromises who she is, this book can be for you. So what did you think about this book? Have you read it? What are your thoughts on it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Please leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support my channel and keep the book reviews coming. Thanks so much for watching and stay tuned for the next video.